So today I am going to talk about product safety. The objective of this video is to talk about the different requirements as per IATF 16949, which is expected from the organization to ensure as per the customer requirement. But before going further, it's important to understand that why product safety is important. Somebody has rightly said, safety is not expensive, it is priceless. Now imagine that you upload some very important data on Google Cloud and it vanishes. Think of another situation that you are driving your car and you apply the brake and it does not work. And there are many more different situations. Now, any failure can be very expensive and it can be fatal also. As per the standard, risk management is a very important tool to analyze the product safety requirement. Till few years back, even though we used to talk about product safety, but still it was okay if something is not good. In fact, if you look at the automotive sector, now if you see the number of recalls that are coming, they are almost 4 times more than it was coming around 10 years back. So the customer has become very alert. The organizations have to be focusing on the customer requirement and ensure that the end user who is getting the product, it is of good quality, as it can be very, very expensive for the organizations. There are some IATF subscribing OEMs like BMW, Ford, Volkswagen, as well as FCA. They have specific requirements with respect to product safety requirement. One of the key requirements is to identify a representative who will be responsible for product safety guidelines. Now to talk about standard, there are many things which the standard has specified that needs to be followed. The first thing is the organization need to identify any product safety requirement that is applicable. Secondly, in case the organization is not identifying, then it is the responsibility of customer to communicate that the product that they are expecting from their supplier that should meet those particular guidelines in case there is a product safety requirement. Then the next step is that once the organization starts a development, during their design FMEA, process FMEA and making their control plan, organization has to specifically define the characteristics which are related to product safety. The standard is also demanding that organization needs to take approval from their customer in case the customer demands so. Then the next point is when the documents are ready, when you are making the production, in your manufacturing process, there has to be specific controls that needs to be defined with respect to those product safety requirements. And it needs to be ensured that those requirements are being taken care of. Now let's take an example of an exhaust system. Now in an exhaust system, catalytic converter is a very key component because that particular component ensures that whatever gases are coming out in the atmosphere, they are meeting a particular norm. Say for example, these days we are talking a lot about Euro 6 norms. So catalytic converter plays a very important role in that. So in manufacturing process, it is very important to ensure that whatever parameters that has been defined, they should meet those guidelines. Now, there can always be a possibility that when you are doing a manufacturing, there can be some failures. So the standard is demanding that there should be a reaction plan. When we say reaction plan, the intent is that in case any critical characteristic is not meeting the requirement, what that operator, supervisor or the quality inspector needs to do at a particular time, just to ensure that the defective product is contained and only the good quality product is going to the next process or to the customer. Now that brings another important thing here, that whatever product that we are making, not everything is manufactured in the organization. There are so many things that are coming from the supplier. So it is important to ensure that whatever product safety requirements are there, they not only needs to be communicated to the supplier, but to all the suppliers which are in the supply chain from where all this material is coming. Then the next important thing is that whatever material is coming, in case there is a failure, how to trace that on which date that material is being produced, who did the inspection, and when it was transferred from supplier to the organization. So that is not only needed only for that particular supplier, but the entire supply chain. It is important to take care about that. Then another important thing with respect to this is that when we are doing any manufacturing, there can be a possibility of any deviation. Maybe that particular machine which has been approved by the customer is maybe under breakdown, maybe the approved auditors are not coming, or there can be any other change. So the standard is saying that with respect to product safety requirements, there should be a specific process that needs to be followed for the change management, and only then we should allow something to happen. Now that brings another important thing, that who are doing all these things? Now it is the people who are doing this. It can be operator, it can be supervisor, it can be engineer, it can be some senior management. So the standard is specifying that for all the product specific requirement, a specific training needs to be given to all those people rather than the routine training that we give. Then apart from that, there should be a clarity about the roles and responsibility as well as authority to all those people with respect to that. And in case any failure happens, there should be an escalation process which can be made with the help of a communication matrix, that who needs to be communicated in case this kind of failure happens, who needs to communicate it in case something severe happens. Then last but not the least, the most important thing is that whatever experiences that an organization has with respect to a particular development of a product and manufacturing, all these things needs to be recorded as lesson learned. So that whenever an organization is going to produce any new product which has some safety requirement, all those learnings can be taken care of that. So in summary, let me conclude in this way that this is a new requirement of the standard which was not there earlier. Because of the changing demand of the market, it is becoming very important to take care about the product safety requirements and all these important things like identification of special characteristics, identification and approval of control plan, DFMEA, PFMEA, reaction plan, effective change management, escalation process, lessons learned, traceability, ensuring that the communication to the supply chain is there, needs to be ensured for the effective utilization of product safety requirement. In case you want to know more about it, you can go to the below link and click it and you can get more information about that. Thank you.